So everybody, there's definitely a lot of hype surrounding this brand new brawler coming to the game, Nani. A lot of people talking about speculative things, which I always enjoy, as well as a lot of people predicting that she's going to be insanely overpowered once she is released in early June. But today I want to go over why I think she's going to be pretty middle of the pack, if not lower, when it comes to how good she is compared to the other brawlers that are standing out in the meta. Also, I want to go over some really fun interactions that I've been testing out with Nani, just going up against bots in friendly battles that I think you all will definitely enjoy. But guys, before we get into that, a message from our sponsor today, OnePlus. I interrupt this normal programming to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, OnePlus. What's new? Best phone around town, you guys already know. I can go on and on about what I love about OnePlus, especially the 8 Pro. It literally turned me into a tablet player in Brawl Stars to a phone player. I can't play on my iPad anymore. OnePlus just that OP. But the warp charging, being able to charge your phone from 0 to 100 in literally like 30 minutes is absolutely insane. The capability of being able to run at 120 hertz is literally freaking insane. It's hard to believe. Now, all of that stuff is freaking amazing in and of itself, but OnePlus never fails to surprise us and blow away our expectations because they're the very first phone company that is able to unlock 90 hertz gameplay in Fortnite mobile. Absolutely insane. Guys, to put this in perspective, the refresh rate that this thing is capable of is literally outclassing console gaming right now. Played a few matches of Fortnite after a very long time, and I'm telling you, I was genuinely surprised at how good the picture and the quality of the gameplay actually was. Just taking a look at some of the gameplay, you can see for yourself just how crisp it actually is. It's hard to believe that this is mobile Fortnite, and you know your boy Ray is a noob at Fortnite, so I was dancing a lot, having a good time. You know I love dance parties, so that has to translate over to Fortnite at least. I know I say a lot of great things about OnePlus here on my channel, but I really mean it. It is incredibly reassuring to know that OnePlus is going as far as they are to enhance the gaming experience for mobile gamers out there. So I am over the moon about OnePlus and what they've been doing, and I couldn't ask for a better sponsor for my channel. So big props to OnePlus. Of course, make sure to go check out the link in the description down below if you are interested in getting yourself a OnePlus or just reading up on it any further. But with that being said, guys, let's get straight away into the rest of the video today. Here we go. So before we get into the interesting stuff in today's video, I want to bring up some important news on the release date for Nani. Like I said before in the pinned comment of yesterday's video, she's going to be released June 6th, but that date has been changed to June 5th. So really right around the corner, you guys. We don't have that much longer to wait to get our hands on this really intriguing brawler. Another super important thing that I failed to mention in yesterday's video that I'm assuming you guys already know by now, but Nani is going to be an epic brawler once she is released. So relatively towards the middle of the pack when it comes to how difficult she is to unlock the Brawl boxes. Hopefully some of you guys who unlock the Brawl Pass have some of those boxes saved up, as well as boxes from when we converted over to the new Brawl Pass system for getting Brawl boxes. Hopefully you guys got some stashed away so you can get her. So now that we got the important news out of the way of Nani when she is going to be released, next I want to get into a few things that people pointed out in yesterday's video in the ballpark of speculation and theory crafting. And I know a lot of you guys that watch my videos are also big fans of speculating, getting in deep into the game, finding fun things that the Brawl Stars dev team is sneak peeking or Easter eggs in the game. But guys, a lot of people were mentioning that Nani's voice lines sound a lot like Daryl's voice lines.
Oh, my bad. Recording. I'm so sorry. Be careful.
That's how I roll. Yo-ho, roll! Totally legit pirate over here. That's how I roll.
Now, I don't know if there's any significance or weight behind this little correlation that people are pointing out about these two brawlers, but as you all know, we have a little bit of a running theory surrounding Daryl that he might not be what he is saying he is. Tweets from Frank saying certain things like that, as well as the voice lines kind of not matching his characters. So maybe we'll see something like that play out in the future. And a few other things that I noticed about her model that I thought I would point out to all of you guys is she has a bit of a sore thumb when it comes to her left arm. She is pretty consistent through and throughout, but that left arm is like old and rusted. It reminds me of Daryl's old model, so that might be adding to the flame of speculation as well. Also, the little emblem on her back there resembles a sniper robot pretty uncannily, if you ask me. Is that a word, Ray? Come on. And the final bit of interesting info is the fact that she has a bracelet on her right arm that is the exact same as the pendant on Pam's necklace, so that lands her, or seemingly lands her, in the Junker family, rounding out the group of 3 now with Pam, Jessie, as well as the new brawler, Nani. So pretty interesting stuff, adding to the whole storyline of Brawl Stars. So take all that information however you like. I just found it incredibly interesting personally, so I wanted to share it with all of you guys. But next, I want to go over why I think Nani's not going to be actually incredibly overpowered. She has really interesting mechanics and seemingly overpowered mechanics, but her base character is a little bit lacking in my humble opinion. So in the comments of yesterday's video, I saw religiously people saying that this brawler was going to be devastating once released in the meta, people saying that the Brawl Stars dev team was releasing super overpowered brawlers one after the other, but what I've seen personally so far playing against the bots in friendly battles and playing with Ben a few practice matches to get her down a little bit is that she's a little bit underwhelming. Her high skill cap, I think, is going to be an incredible detriment to her character and how she performs in the meta compared to the other brawlers right now. So it's easy to show off Nani's really good characteristics, right? She has incredibly high DPS against stationary objects in Training Cave, dealing almost 3,000 damage per hit. But when you're playing up against people in live matches, especially towards the higher trophy ranges, it is incredibly easy to dodge all 3 orbs to the point where you're really only going to get consistently 980 damage, that 1 orb landing. For instance, if you're walking horizontal to an enemy Nani, more often than not, they're going to miss a good portion of their shots. If they're auto-aiming, they're going to miss all of them. If they're trying to line up their shots, a lot of the time they're going to miss, even if you aren't being really strategic with your movement. Another way that I've noticed how to avoid a lot of damage with Nani is literally walking straight at her when she's firing at you. As you all know, with her basic attack, she has like a diamond pattern to it, so if you are there at the maximum range where Nani is firing and you just move straight at her, more often than not, you're just going to take that middle orb to the face, 980 damage, or if you come in at an angle just a little bit off, you can avoid all damage. And if that wasn't enough, Nani's reload speed is so incredibly slow, guys. It is comparable to Piper in the game, and Piper has snappy sniping with her star power, so the damage output and the rechargeability to her super are going to be pretty low. It seems like you can get your super very often in Training Cave because you're landing consistently those 3 orbs against stationary units, but if you are only consistently landing that 1 orb here and there, you're not going to be able to charge it very quickly. As you can see, only getting like 1/5 of the super, 1/6 of the super with 1 orb landing. And another pretty important detriment that I need to point out about Nani is the fact that she is incredibly squishy, guys. She's equivalent to all the other squishier brawlers in the game, having 3,360 HP. So if you're going into a fight wanting to be scrappy and getting in close and using auto aim, it's going to be incredibly difficult because she dies very fast. She does have that crazy DPS when close, but I think it's going to be really hard to get in close even with the really low health that she has. So I think if I were a betting man, I would say she's going to be towards the middle of the pack on release, like a C tier brawler, nothing like a Jackie situation. Once again, I think I could be completely wrong, but I'm just going with my gut feeling here. Of course, I didn't point out what's good about her. She has insane mobility with her gadget, being able to cross an entire span of a map, even the biggest of showdown maps, from one edge all the way to the other. So that's insane in and of itself, and she has insane DPS with her super and basic attack if you are able to get down her high skill cap ceiling. So I think we'll have to see. Only time will tell, but I'm going to stick to my gun. C tier brawler. But be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking about that. Do you think Nani's going to be the next bad guy in the meta, the crazy standing at the top, nothing can touch her, or do you think she's going to be a little bit more tame compared to some of the newer released brawlers in the game where I'm standing? I would really enjoy your input. I love hearing what you guys have to think about certain things such as this. But next, I would like to get in some really fun mechanics that I've noticed about Nani that I think a lot of people are going to pick up on in certain game modes when she is released. So the very first thing that I wanted to point out about Nani is the fact that if you're in your super and you die, you waste your super. I find that incredibly important and something that I failed to mention in yesterday's video. Don't waste your super if you're in a bad situation, and it gives a little bit more credibility to the second star power and how good it's going to be for that 80% damage reduction while you're in your super, so you can actually get use out of your super more often. Another really awesome thing that I wanted to make sure you all know about Nani's basic attack attack is the pattern or the shape of it allows her to do really cool things, such as bend one of her orbs around a wall, hitting people while you are safe and sound behind the wall from the damage that they can deal to you. It's one of the very first brawlers other than a lobber that can do something like this. But if you ask me, I would say if you expend one of your ammo just for 980 damage, it's not necessarily a lot of worth, in my opinion. Where if you have such a slow reload speed, almost equivalent with a Piper, a lot of the time 980 doesn't seem like a whole lot in comparison to the whole 2,940. But yeah, guys, I find it incredibly cool that she's even capable of doing things such as this. I think it adds to how fun she's going to be as a character in Brawl Stars, and adds to how high of a skill cap brawler she's going to be. I know a lot of people like very hard brawlers to play and mastering certain things in the game, so really cool. So I'm sure you've all noticed this by now about Nani, but I'd like to point out a few things that I think she's going to be incredibly good at, and one of those is definitely in the game mode showdown for a few reasons. Number one, being able to use that first star power with the super to literally find someone you can one-shot on the map, even a super high leveled brawler. That Colt had 6 power cubes and we were only like 400 health away from killing him with one super, sniping for days. Or finding a really important spot on the map. Maybe you don't want to kill with your super because you want to get somewhere that you have an ability to get a lot of power cubes. So maybe we go to this Sandy, power in, 3 tap, and take the power cubes. And it doesn't end there. I think a lot of people are going to utilize the second star power as well, literally using it for one to escape that bull doing really good against us and going all the way across the map and getting out of a bad situation. Also, I can see this exact situation playing out in Showdown in the future, utilizing the second star power. Picture this in your head. It's you versus another player in Feast or Famine. You don't know what to do. You're losing in power cubes. You don't have that much health compared to the other opponent, and they're camping you out. You use your super while you're in the poison to delay the chip damage on you. You pilot your little buddy around to deal that little bit of damage to them at the very last second, giving you the win, but not in that situation. But I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I mean, there's a few other things that I think she's going to be really decent at. One being heist, those buzzer beater moments, or in Siege, flying your drone all the way to the heist safe with nothing to really stop you getting that 10% or 20% with one super whenever you need it. So I think that's going to be good about her as well. I can see the team comps right now in Snake Prairie, Bo with the gadget in the back, using Atara's gadget for the vision, and then juicing up Nani with the super, so you can literally just go in there and deal some damage and bust up the map. I think it's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to seeing different ways that Nani is going to be utilized in the meta. But yeah, guys, I wanted to go over my general thoughts about Nani in today's video. Like I mentioned before, I don't think she's going to be incredibly broken like a lot of people are saying. She does have some crazy mechanics that can be utilized in a very good way, but I think her base character, you'll see, or you'll come to see, is not that insanely good. You'll find it incredibly difficult to land your shots in high stressful situations from someone who is literally 2 feet away from you, not being able to land a single bit of damage. A lot of the time they're moving in weird ways and you feel like a dummy because you can't deal that damage, the slow reload speed and things along those lines. But I'm also very curious to see how people are going to use her and her mechanics with the gadget and these star powers. I think it's going to be really fun. Be sure to let me know what you guys are all thinking about Nani. I wanted to take a more serious approach about her in today's video. We do star power glitches here on the channel, but I also want to give you guys my opinions about this brawler. I hope I'm not wrong, but if I am, hey, we have a new really good brawler in the game. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to slap a like on it. Really appreciate that. And yeah, with that being said, be sure to keep having fun in Brawl Stars. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.